Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining. I wanted to get through some questions that came in, and I appreciate all of you who have submitted questions. I'm going to do my best to get through all the messages and respond with videos. But today I want to respond to one, and it reads as follows. Hello, Jay. First of all, I'd like to thank you for being such a great advocate and for bringing awareness about the ETD. I purchased the infrared light machine that you are using. I have been using it for almost 2 months religiously. Once a day, 15 minutes on each ear. I have reached a lot of relief, but I feel like I hit plateau. How long did it take for you to find full relief? Well, it kind of varies. And before I get into this question, let me go ahead and turn my device on because it just fits the question. So I have my device running here. You can hear the machine going, the fan running. And so it took, for me, when I first bought the machine, I would say it took about 9 to 10 days, but I was also doing a lot of things religiously as well. So I'm going to get into that here shortly. But before I do, I just wanted to go over, I get a lot of questions about the distance. And so I have several videos kind of just demonstrating the distance, where the machine should be and where it is. But I wanted to just show you, if you're holding the machine, like right now, I'm holding it in my hand. If you're at arm's length, this is a good distance right here. So right here would be perfect. So if all of you out there that are concerned about the heat levels, is it close enough? Am I even close for it to do anything? This is well acceptable. And as you can see, I'm not even extending my arm all the way. So this is a good distance. For me, I use it up close, pretty up close, but you can kind of play with the distance and see what's best for you. Again, I think I put this on a few videos, but I'll show you here. There is a meter here that actually, these are the specifications from the company that say that is acceptable enough. I'm not sure if you can see that or not, but if you can, that is on the device for you if you're questioning where it should be, how close and how far. But for me, I'm up here. I'm used to it. It doesn't make my skin feel overly warm or uncomfortable. So for me, I like to be able to feel the warmth. Well, when it's not 102 outside, I definitely want to feel the warmth. But this is a good distance right here. So I'm going to go ahead and set this down. I'm actually going to let it roll while we're rolling with the video here. But to answer the question here, for me, it took a good 8, 9, 10 days. So let me just kind of get into a little bit of that. And so I used it for 2 days, or 2 times each day, both ears, regardless, because I was already feeling it in just this ear. So regardless, I've stated this a few times, but I want to kind of go back. So excuse me for some of you that have heard some of this stuff before. Just take it all in again if you don't mind. So basically, is even if you're only feeling sensations of disruption and frustration in one ear, you want to do both ears regardless. It's just great doing it that way because sometimes it can shift. So if you have disruption in one ear, it can shift over to the next ear. Next ear, it could just kind of flip flop. So it's best to get that penetration of the infrared in both ears. So I did this twice a day, 15 minutes in each ear, just like the client said there. And I want to state that it depends on the individual. So you have some individuals that only need 1 time a day. Some individuals only need 1 to 2 times a week. So it really just kind of depends. So before I even fully answer the question, I also like to give background. So for me, about 8, 9 days is when I started to feel full relief. When I first started doing it, I have to say I was already in a good trending up spiral. So basically what that means is I was starting to feel pretty good already in a certain aspect. I didn't feel great 100%, but I was starting to feel improvement. I was starting to go on the upside of things. Then I discovered red light therapy. And honestly, when I started doing it, it just brought everything into perspective for me. I started feeling better and I felt energized. Like right now I have it on, pointed on me right now. It doesn't have to necessarily be right in the ear, but you want to decrease the inflammation of the body. So the whole reason why a lot of us are here right now is because of inflammation in the inner ear, the middle ear. You're dealing with inflammation. And because you're dealing with inflammation, you're probably dealing with fluid buildup. You're probably dealing with jaw problems. And I can kind of get into that a little bit here. But if you're dealing with a lot of clicking sounds, sometimes, again, it's related to the structural problem, which in fact the infrared device will not heal structural problems. I just want to make that clear. What it will do is it will decrease the inflammation, and increase the circulation, which will help heal the body in many ways. But if you're dealing with a structural problem, you're going to need a little bit of an adjustment. But you always, like I always like to say, you always want to be doing red light therapy, in my opinion. If you're heavily active, if you're stressing, or you just want to cool down, just do something good for your body, red light therapy, infrared light therapy is good for those reasons alone. It's been proven, scientifically proven, to help the body heal by aiding it in good blood circulation, because good circulation is going to help the body heal naturally, without medication and without harmful rays of the sun. As we're all quite aware, the sun has a lot of good benefits, but it also has the harmful UV rays, which in fact, that's why sunscreen is needed. But with red light therapy or infrared light therapy, I always say both, because there's difference between red light and infrared light, is that it's not going to give you those harmful rays as well. It's going to give you the benefits without the harmful effects that the sun ultimately will give you if you stay in it too long unprotected. And so these are the reasons why it's so powerful, so beneficial. Now, the question to kind of directly answer that question again is that you feel like you've hit plateau. That's perfectly fine. If you felt an incline upward, that's great. That just simply means if you feel like you hit plateau, that means that there's something else there that you need to add. So what I always preach about is red light therapy is not a heal-all mechanism. It's not a heal-all device. It's going to help in conjunction of other things that you should be doing regardless if you're doing red light therapy or anything else. So if you hit plateau, but you don't feel terrible, but you don't feel at full strength, that's not bad at all. That just means there's something else missing. And it's probably something very basic. It's probably something that can be remedied real easily. So like drinking water, maybe you don't drink enough of it. Maybe you undo all the water you've consumed by coffees and teas. Look, teas are good for you, no doubt, right? They're very beneficial, very healthy. A lot of teas can help with good circulation, good blood circulation. It can help with anxiety. It can help lowering, calming the blood vessels down. There's a lot of reasons that tea can help, but it also sometimes tea contains too much caffeine, which then can kind of help the anxiety go up. I mean, help meaning it kind of increases the likelihood of it because of the caffeine. And if you're already sensitive to caffeine, you can have those effects too. But does it mean that we should stop drinking tea? No, it just means that you might either need to taper back a little bit from it, or you need to find alternatives, and that's okay too. Just because something reacts in the body for someone else doesn't mean it's bad for everyone. So for me, I didn't find a lot of benefits at the very beginning of drinking coffee, like others might have found a lot of benefits drinking coffee. That just wasn't my benefit. It didn't move the needle for me. And so for this client here questioning about, hey, what else did you do? How long did it take? Well, I think you're in a good position. I just want to say you're in a good position. I think if you hit plateau, but you're not going backwards, that's okay. I think the benefit of this here is that there's something else, there's another pipe leaking somewhere else that needs to be tightened a little bit while still doing the infrared light, in my opinion, still doing the infrared light therapy, but tightening up in some other areas. Like I said, maybe improve sleep, maybe drink more water, stay hydrated longer, maybe incorporate more cruciferous vegetables and green vegetables, leafy green vegetables. These are all benefits for the body that can be real aiding in your healing. For me, it was increasing the leafy green vegetables. It was I always say drinking more water, because regardless of most people are not keen on how much they actually need and how much they actually have gotten for themselves. I read a book. It's called You're Not Sick, You're Thirsty. And it was the most beneficial book I've ever read in my life, because it's true. We drink water, we drink a couple bottles and we think we're good. We need way more than we're actually getting. It's unbelievable how much more we need and how much more we're unaware that we need. So if you're simply not hydrating enough, this can really be a problem. And I'm going to be honest with you. You almost need close to a gallon of water a day. And that sounds bizarre. And I apologize if you think, because when I really did the research, our body needs close to a gallon of water a day, believe it or not. And it's even worse when it's hot. It's even worse when you're ill or you're taking medication, or for ladies out there, you know, they're on their cycle, you need more of it, even more than normal. So, you know, there's a lot of basic things that are not intact for a lot of us out there. And I was really telling myself I was going to do a short video, but once I get going, it's hard to really leave you with a short video because I know there's so many aspects that I need to cover. But really, the question really is, how long did it take? I would say, if I have to paraphrase everything now, summarize everything down, 8 to 9 days, doing more than I used to ever do for myself, covering all the basic principles of health and wellness, some of the things I just named, as well as maybe a few others that I did not name, like stretching, taking time to exercise, like exercise moderately. You don't have to do boot camp or any crazy long 45-minute nonstop exercise, training techniques. You just need to get the body moving with your basic techniques, jumping jacks, power walking, doing some aerobics, doing some yoga. These are all little things you can do, the basics of everything. You will be so surprised how, if you just became and this is not coming off as an underachieving statement, if you could just turn yourself into a basic person when it comes to the health, you will actually gravitate to a very elite, healthy individual by executing on a basic level. So what I mean is, if your input of what you should do for your body, if you do it basic, you will actually reap the benefits of someone on an elite, healthy level. Just doing basic things, but doing them consistently and with intention. See, we think in order to be super healthy, we got to do super extreme things. If we want to be fit, we got to do extreme fit health exercise related boot camp. If we want to be completely healthy in our diet, we got to eliminate this and eliminate that and do all of this extra stuff. It's really taking basic principles, applying a little bit of consistency salt, and doing this over an extended period of time with intention. You will actually gravitate to a superhuman person in the health category of life, just doing basic principles. But we fall off of the basic wagon because we think if it's complicated, it needs a complicated reaction from us. And it actually doesn't. It needs a basic reaction from us, but doing it over a longer period of time, because we let ourselves get to this point now where we need to be resuscitated longer. So I know that was a long-winded response. Apology for the individual that sent that message in for getting an answer back. I just can't answer things very quickly. I have to give you some background. I have to give you a little bit of research. I have to give you a little bit of a standpoint from my perspective, just to kind of tie everything in, because I feel like I don't want to shortchange anybody. If I have answers, I want to give you all of what you need and not just some of it, and keep you coming back for more, because it's just not how I operate. So again, for all of you out there, my time's almost up. I have 2 minutes left, 1 minute now. Do red light therapy, infrared light therapy. Do it consistently. Do it in conjunction with other healthy basic things over a slightly extended period of time, not long. And I guarantee you, doing this remedy with good things that you probably should be doing regardless, you will see a healing mechanism. You'll see a healing manifestation come over you quickly. And it won't be something that will last as long as it did for me for 3 years. So I hope this video was very helpful for you. If it was, please take time to subscribe to the channel. I try to bring content as often as possible. And in the meantime, I'm going to step out of the Jaye in the studio and leave you in good hands with this video. Like anything else, folks, we're here to simply go back to the basics. Now send your basic questions to me and I'll make a video. Take care, everybody, and I will talk to you soon, and I'll see you on the next video.